These are the names of the sons of Israel who came to Egypt with Jacob, each with their own families. Reuben, Simeon, Levi, and Judah. Benjamin, Issachar, and Zebulun. Dan and Naphtali, Asher, and Gad. The total number in Jacob's family was 70. Joseph was already in Egypt. But then Joseph died, and all of his brothers, that entire generation. But the Israelites were fruitful and prolific, and they multiplied and grew dramatically so that the entire land was filled with them. Now, a new king came to power in Egypt who didn't know Joseph. He said to his people, "Look, the Israelites are more powerful and more numerous than we are. Come on, let's be smart with them. Or else, in the event of a war, they will join our enemies and fight against us and escape from the land." So, they set taskmasters over them to oppress them with hard labor. They built supply cities for Pharaoh, Pithom and Ramesses. But the more the Israelites were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread, so that the Egyptians began to look on them with disgust and dread. So the Egyptians enslaved the Israelites. They made their lives miserable with brick and mortar and every kind of field labor. They were ruthless in all the tasks they imposed on them. And the king of Egypt said to the Hebrew midwives, one of them named Puah and the other Shiphrah, "When you act as midwife to the Hebrew women, and you see the baby being born, if it's a boy, kill it. Oh, if it's a girl, you can let her live." Now, the midwives feared God. They didn't do as the king of Egypt had commanded them. They let the baby boys live. And the king of Egypt summoned the midwives and said, "Why are you doing this? Why are you letting the baby boys live?" And the midwives replied, Because Hebrew women aren't like Egyptian women. They're vigorous. They give birth before we can even get there. And God dealt well with the midwives, and the people grew strong. Because the midwives feared God, God gave them families. And the king of Egypt made an announcement to all his people. "Every baby boy born to the Hebrews, throw him in the Nile River. You can let the girls live.